Today we're going to show you how to set up a synchronized group of players and deploy content to that group. So the first thing we need to do is log into our Signagelive network. First thing I'm going to do here is create my synchronization group. So what I mean by that is I'm actually going to put my players that I wish to synchronize the content together into their own group. So for that I click on Network and go to Manage. And you'll notice it opens three tabs for me at the top here. So the overview gives me an overview of my network statistics, so very similar to our dashboard. The Manage Network shows me every single screen that's currently sat on our network, and the Manage Sync Groups is the one that we're going to click into today. And what you'll see when this page loads is that we've already got a synchronization group that has been created that we use in our boardroom. I'm going to create a new sync group to go into that. So we'll just let the page load here. And it throws up a warning message here that basically is telling us that you can only synchronize players that are on the same LAN. So I'm just going to click OK. Now, here you'll see we've got all of the players that are currently sat on our network. So on the left hand side here, I'm going to click to create a new sync group. And I'm going to call it Jamie Sync Group. And just click Create. So we've now created it. And all I need to do here is just need to search for my players that I wish to go into the sync group. Now when I set my players up on the Signagelive network, I've given them a tag of sync. So what you'll see here, it pulls up the three screens that I wish to take into my sync group. So just using my Windows controls, so just holding down the control key and clicking, I'm just going to drag those into my sync group. And it's literally as simple as that to create my synchronization group. The next part that I need to do is create my playlist for synchronization. So to do that, if I go to Content and to Playlists, and as you know, when you go into your playlist, it loads everything that's currently sat within your Signagelive network. So again, I've already predefined and uploaded the content that I wish to go on my sync screens. So all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to search for assets that have got a tag of sync. So now you're starting to see the real benefits of tagging your assets when you upload them into Signagelive. So the ones that I want to choose are the SL1 V3, and let's just load on to the second page, and these 5 assets that we've got here. So what I'm going to do first is create my playlist for my first synchronization player. So that's the first movie, or the first part of my movie that I've got, and that's the second asset that's going to go into my playlist. So I'm just going to save that as Jamie Sync Player 1 and click Save. So we've now created our first playlist. All I'm going to do here is just quickly drag those two players out and the two assets, and drag my second assets in. So we're going to do Save Playlist as Sync Player 2, and again just quickly drag those out and drop that in, and again Save Playlist as Sync Player 3. So I've now created my 3 playlists for my 3 players, and what I'm going to do now is just toggle my header, and the final stage is go to my deployments. So I'm going to do Schedules and Interrupts. And what we have to do here is deploy the playlist 3 times. So we need to deploy playlist 1 to player 1, playlist 2 to player 2, and playlist 3 to player 3. So if we do as a schedule, we're going to run now just until further notice, and we're going to do a playlist. So again, I can use my search terms, or I can go to recently added, and there's my first playlist. So sync player 1. And what it's going to do here, the initial part, is grab every single player that's currently sat on our Signagelive network. So I'm just going to ignore the add all players message, and I'm just going to search for sync. So there's my 3 screens that I'm going to send my content to. So the first one I've got is sync player 1. So there's my sync screen 1. So we click and we deploy to that screen. So it's already deployed for us now. If I just go new deployment as a schedule, exactly the same as we've previously done here, select playlist and sync player 2. So save my last tag that I had for my search terms, and we're just going to add that player and deploy. And the final player is again start now, run until further notice, playlist, are recently added, and sync player 3. So again, there we have it, and click deploy. And that is literally as easy as it is to create synchronized content that you've seen in the video running across the 3 screens. Again, as normal, please feel free to register for a free 30-day trial of Signage Live via our website.